This is a resume that we're reviewing. This is an AI engineer or slash backend. This is for an entry level one. So what we're going to be looking for is pretty similar to a backend engineer, just with a little bit more of an AI focus. So we're looking for Python, JavaScript, C++. Also, before anybody in the comments is like, well, that's so basic, that was in the ad for Google. Google wanted Python, JavaScript, and C++. The company below it wanted TypeScript, HTML, CSS, and JS, which also is JavaScript. So it is that important. If it's in the job description, it needs to be there. Then we're going to look for SQL, absolutely, Cloud, TensorFlow, PyTorch, Hugging Face, or LangChain. There's a lot of other words for that. NLP, LLM, AI, obviously, Terraform, and algorithm. And I know that's a lot, but what we're primarily going to be looking for is a bit of a full stack, because that's kind of hot right now. So TypeScript, JavaScript, Python, and Java, CSS, HTML, along with as many of the AI stuff. So NLP, LLM, AI, cloud, particularly AWS, but I think any cloud would do. And then SQL and a couple of other specific ones that we're going to be looking for, mainly specific cloud or alternatively AI keywords. Sorry, it's tired and I'm late. It's late and I'm tired, but that's what we're going to be looking for, because I know that's a lot, but it's really basically full stack AI, SQL, and maybe a couple of other, I assume those are libraries. This is the second time this person has submitted their resume to me. I can tell because of how they blocked things off, which is very colorful and pretty. So let's look at what they've got and what they've redid it. Master's in Computer Science from blank, perfect, one line. Bachelor's in Computer Technology from blank, perfect, one line. AI Research Intern. Research realistic 3D map creation techniques. Publishing research paper Cornell's ARXIV. So this is not bad. I do want a little bit of the keywords in here if I can. If you can put in one or two of the keywords, that would be good. Used Python sub-process model to build an automated pipeline to convert videos directly and optimize 3D models, reducing ambient. So Python is solid, but I want more, right? So I need those things peppered throughout all of this. And I do know I have the tools used on my website, but I don't like it to be used. It shouldn't be used instead of putting it here. So you just need to put a couple of these more in here. NumPy, perfect to build Bubble script. This should be a comma. This improved 3D model accuracy by 70%. Python was used to explore ghost on splatting, everything photography. I haven't actually seen those. So yeah, these are not bad. I just need more. I need more keywords there. There are a lot of them. You can probably fit a couple more in. I need SQL for sure. SQL is huge. If you have cloud, also huge. And again, remember, Google was asking for Python, JavaScript, and C++. And then the next company wanted HTML and CSS. So those are important to do. Built a proof of concept that parking design for integration to IoT camera to a government tender, achieving accuracy in testing. This isn't bad. I like this, but again, I need a little more keywords. Type model, you have to Python. Okay, I can see maybe moving this forward. This is better than the last one you did. I can remember that, but I'm going to need more. Remember, these are how you get the job. Bar none, they're going to look at this, and I think all you need to do is basically just plug and chug some of those into here. So that would be what I want you to do, is put more of those into there. Particularly, which I can see you're missing, is SQL, anything with cloud, and AI. I want AI plastered throughout this, right? I understand NumPy is probably, what is AI, but you might get a recruiter who doesn't know that. Or this recruiter is wrong and you need to show it. So say NumPy, or alternatively, created AI stuff, or used AI, or built in an AI environment using X and Y and Z. So I don't think you have to change these sentences incredibly much. You basically just have to plug in some of these and put them in there. But it's much better than the last one. We got a little bit ways to go, but you're getting there and I can see the improvement. So let's move on to the next resume. This is a resume of a software engineer. So a couple of things about this resume real quick. Software engineers, it's very difficult for me to find the differences in the keywords between the bachelor's and the master's versions. A lot of them want the same exact thing. Others want a little bit more. So I do see this as really quick a master's. So you are going to need a little bit more than just those. But let's go with this from what we've got. So you have applied to, let me look. 120 and have not gotten any responses back. That is definitely not good. So the first thing I see here is French citizens seeking a J1 visa sponsorship. I don't know what a J1 visa sponsorship is. This is not, that's not something I have done. I've done H1Bs, I've done OPTs, but if the recruiters where you are looking to get a position at, which I'm actually not sure where, you will need to explain what a J1 visa sponsorship is if they don't know, unless that's very common where you're from. Now, if you are applying to the United States, I do not believe a recruiter would know what a J1 sponsorship is off the top of their head. In addition, if you are applying to the United States, which you may not be, you absolutely need a phone number that can be reachable in the United States. I have seen multiple people from out of the country apply using a area code, and if it is not a US area code, we will not call it. We cannot. So I can tell right here that this is not a US based, code. So I don't know how it is in maybe Canada or the other places, but you need to make sure that your phone number is dialable in the actual area that you're applying to. So I know that was a lot of corollaries, but there's a lot of things this could be, and I'm not sure which is which. Maybe it's you're applying in Canada or somewhere else. I don't know. So let's go with the actual resume. So, okay, this is clean. I do very much like the formatting. I think it is fine. I don't think you need when you started. Typically, it's okay to just put when you graduated. This is one of the exceptions. So, this is okay to put the graduate, but like you can put in progress or expected graduation date 2026. So, otherwise, this is mostly sufficient. Skills are pretty quick. C, C#, Python, Java. Okay. JavaScript, I meant. Python. Okay. Again, not a huge fan of skill sections, but it's very brief, so that's much better. And then collaborated in an agile Scrum environment. Scrum is not necessarily going to be a common keyword, at least for this. I do know it is popular. Agile is, though. To design and develop a portfolio website for a photographer? See, this is where this sounds weird, right? Like, you're in an agile and Scrum environment to develop a portfolio website for a photographer. How many people were on this? What was this website? Like, this is kind of, that's weird. Like, that's kind of weird. Maybe I'm wrong on this one, but I don't know. That screams off to me. So develop the front end using HTML, CSS, and Bootstrap. I would still prefer JavaScript if you had it here. Ensuring responsive. See, this is a fine one. I think it just needs one or two more. Built backend functionality using Symfony Designer and Employee SQL database. SQL is one. I've not seen Symfony before. So let's see. Enhance accessibility, Instagram content manager, and look for to independently update and maintain website. I mean, that's fine, but this should also be in the very top. Like the top one and this should be combined. Conducted weekly meetings with the internship tutor to review code and gather actionable feedback. That's fine. I like that one. It's kind of weird because, like, what is an agile Scrum environment for a portfolio for a photographer? Like, I hope some other coders here can tell me that I'm wrong, but that seems weird to me. So let's go to the rest of it. Project worked with two students, developed an online pong game. This is fine. Okay, so here's where it's not fine. You need more. Like with modern web technologies, don't say modern web technologies. Tell me what it is. This part of the sentence is perfect. Then I need what they actually are. You need to show, not tell. I need to physically see it. Designed a PostSQL database and implemented a backend with a REST API using a Django REST framework. Perfect. This is perfect. I want the rest of yours to look like this. Built the front end using HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and Bootstrap. Integrated 3JS. That's fine. Doing functionality. Also fine. Unlimited advanced features. This one, I don't know if this is going to be a keyword. So I think the previous video, the one before this, had the tech keywords for this, but I also don't know if you're doing only front end, because this looks like a front end dev position, but maybe you're looking for others. So I don't think there's enough keywords. Your formatting is mostly correct. Just again, that slight errors over here, but that's not a huge deal. And I want to know more. I think you can go more. Give me more keywords. Give me more. And yeah, something's off about this sentence too. So I'm not sure about that one. But I also, here's another thing that I want to know is I don't know if you're full stack front end or back end. I'm assuming front end based on what I'm looking at this. So I need to know a little bit more. But you are definitely on the right track, I will say. I think you have the right idea, it just needs some tweaking. So with that said, let's go to the next resume. And if I can move this forward, I don't know. I really don't. Probably not, but it's nearly a no. Like, if this was a failing grade, it would be like a 68 out of 70. I think you're very close to getting moved forward. So, but this right here is also going to be a huge issue, and the phone number. So let's move on to the next resume. Let me know in the comments a little bit more, because I am very curious about the rest of this, but I can't tell from a resume. So next one. This is a resume of a DevOps engineer. Also, my dog is trying to sneak into the camera frame. So you are a good boy, Bear, but not right now. So DevOps engineer, what we're going to be looking for is the word DevOps. Specifically, I know that sounds weird, but just the word DevOps. Along with SQL, any type of SQL, and cloud. And I added a little plus to the cloud because what we're going to be looking for isn't just the cloud. We're going to be looking for some of its, like, I guess, subsystems, libraries, whatever you want to call it, and that's going to be dependent based on the company, but we do at least want to see a lot of AWS, Azure, or GCP. So then we're going to look for Linux, Windows, SaaS, CI/CD, Docker, Kubernetes, and multiple initiatives in parallel with competing priorities. This was one I saw a lot, actually. So you're going to want to show them that you can triage and prioritize stuff in the resume. So let's begin to see what we're gonna find. Oh boy. Also, Malcolm Reynolds, I assume, is a fake name. I don't actually know that reference again. DevOps engineer with over 2 years experience in designing and implementing robust infrastructure solutions, provision in AWS service, Docker, Kubernetes, Node.js, CI/CD pipelines, and automation complete role section. Okay, so this is worthless, but you did identify the correct keywords, but they're not in bullet points, so they don't matter. You get no points for that, but you get mental points for having the right keywords, because you did actually identify most of them. So props. Key competencies, okay. I mean, again, you've got the right keywords here, but okay. Certification. Do you have a degree? I don't know if you have a degree. Okay. If you have a so here's the thing. This entire part is worthless and can be deleted. What I want to see, if you have a degree as well, is to combine that with the certifications and degree and just put the last degree you got up there. If not, that's okay. And there's just so much wasted space here. Like, this is the meat and potatoes of your resume. This is the main course. I shouldn't have to get through all of this to get to what I want. So this is what I actually judge stuff on, this stuff. So basically, if your resume was just this with contact information, it would already be better. So DevOps manager. Okay. So here, manager. All right. Automated image building and deployment process using GitHub Actions and Bitbucket, eliminating the need for local image builds and streamlining CI/CD. I mean, I need more. Led the translation pipeline development, blah, 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 application requirements, enforced role specific. Okay, this part is good. Extensive experience with the cloud for infrastructure's code. This should be its own. Each bullet point needs to be one sentence. They can be a big sentence. They can be a run-on sentence, but they need to be one sentence. This is 3 of them right here. But maybe CDK stacks are what it is. I do like the AWS. I mean, realistically, a lot of recruiters wouldn't even go past this, truthfully. But I'm going to try to see more to see what we can salvage from this resume. Set up Django to Redis, that's fine. Kubernetes, search for Django, okay. Yeah, this is solid. I mean, this is what we're looking for. I don't know if a recruiter's going to go that far down. There's also the fact that you are stated as a DevOps manager. They are going to wonder why you are applying for a DevOps engineer role. So normally I do not like actual, I do not like summary sentence, but in this case, what you really need as a summary sentence is just a quick, previous DevOps manager looking to get back into DevOps engineering. That's it. That should be the summary sentence, or something very close to that, because they're going to look at this and go, manager, why are they, this is an ICP role, individual IC role, an individual contributor role. Why are they applying? They're a manager, and they may reject you. So there's a lot of stuff, and here's the problem. This is solid. I love this. Like, you got everything darn right here, but except maybe not as much AWS, but here it is at the bottom. But yeah, like, this is how you write them. This is not. It's almost like you wrote two separate ways of doing it. And these are the correct keywords, but they don't matter unless they're in the bullet points. So you're going to need to change a couple of things. If I dug into this, I might be able to move you forward, but I do not believe a lot of recruiters would dig this deep. So, because I think it's clear that you have the skills, but there's no way that it's showing. So please do those suggestions, resubmit, and we'll see what else comes up. Because you've also only applied to 5 jobs, but that's not enough to really determine anything. That's not enough of a sample size. So if I dug, I'd move you forward. I don't think I would have the time to dig for most recs. So let's go to the last resume of this video. For our last resume of this video, we have a web producer, and they also said, and this is what confuses me, or PM. My issue is I don't know what PM means in this context. Is it project manager? Is it producer manager? Is it potato milkshakes? I don't know. You're going to have to be specific. A lot of other industries use the same acronyms, so it can be kind of annoying to find out which acronym belongs to which industry when it has like 5 different meanings. So I'm going to look for web producer, which I found is actually kind of called content producer or content manager more. So that's what I'm going to be looking for, and I'm going to disregard the PM because I don't know if you're looking for project manager, producer manager, or something else entirely. So please be specific. So what we're going to be looking for in a web producer or content manager type role, which seems to be, like I said, what it's called, is a degree. A lot of them wanted a marketing degree or something similar. That you've just the words Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube Shorts. Basically, if it's got social media, you gotta have it in your resume. Adobe, Premiere Pro, Final Cut Pro, Figma, vendors. I have Figma twice, but that's fine. It's actually pretty important. SEO, editing, and then you're gonna have like industry specific, like healthcare versus video games. Excuse me. And how you succeeded. So a lot of them, and this is a qualification more so than a keyword, they want to know specifically what you did and why you had the special touch. Why is it that when you touched this video, it got 100 billion views, right? Like, that's what they want to know. So that's what we're going to be looking for, and let's begin. Portfolios up at the top, in addition to LinkedIn. Yeah, that's fine. Art and this type of thing does need portfolios. So objective, I hate objectives. To leverage. No. Please stop using leverage. Stop using leverage. Every rage-inducing word. Please stop using leverage. No one talks like that. All right. To use my extensive digital marketing, web project management, direct to actual campaigns, and enhance user experience. I think that can be deleted, probably, but I mean, you know what? Here's the thing. I don't think you want your objective to say this. I think you want to know, if you are going for a content producer role, why you're moving from a senior manager into that. If anything, just content producer looking to get back into content producing from management, right? That's what they want. Because also, senior manager can mean a lot of different things. Are you managing people, or are you managing the product? It is a word that also means a lot of stuff, just like PM. And you do not want ambiguity. So I do see this is a lot clearer than the last time sentence, so better. So this is lead web production and content strategy for I think it should be for a multi-platform global franchise brands. This should be a comma. Every resume, no bullet point should be more than 1 sentence. Producing cross-functional digital media projects from concept through execution. Okay, that's fine. Also, this should be produced. You want everything to be in the past tense, even if you still work there. I know it's weird, but everything in your resume needs to be past tense. From constantly ensuring high-pressure timelines and strict budgets are met. See, this is almost a perfect singular sentence, except for the small errors. But this is, you've got a lot of it. So managed a team of producers, strategically delegating to optimize. I don't know if you need to say strategically delegating. I mean, you could just say manage a team of producers where we achieved a 15% improvement in project delivery times. Like, this is superfluous, right? Like, I don't need to say strategically delegating. There is a huge bad meta of people trying to throw corporatized words like leveraged and strategically and blah-de-blah-de-blah-de, and it's not what we're looking for. Cross-functional is one of those corporate words we're looking for, but this, you can kind of delete some of this, and this is actually going to be an okay one. Led in-house UX designs utilizing Adobe, XD, Miro, and Figma. Minor thing, I would put Figma first. I would put Figma, Adobe, and then Miro, resulting in up to 50% reduction in similar project costs annually. That's fine. See, this is fine. Collaborated with analysts to implement best practices, SEO or implementations, A/B tests, and targeted strategies. See, this is good. For our, you don't even need to say enhancing the effectiveness. You can just say for our website campaigns. Partnered, everything past tense, partnered with internal developers, external agencies, content specialists, and global cross-functional teams to successfully execute and launch innovative web projects, ensuring high quality user experiences. See, this is extra. Like, you're adding a couple of extra stuff, and I know why, because you are like in the marketing realm and this is your job, and I believe you are very good at your job, but a resume is never going to be a marketing tool. It just fails at it every time. It's not meant to be. It's like trying to use a bicycle as a flamethrower. It doesn't make sense. I don't know why you would try to do either of those, but you know, don't do that either. But overall, this is much better. I am missing, and I think this is pretty critical, I am missing like Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. I'm missing the actual social media websites. So this is much better, and I think you can definitely move forward with one or like a couple of like people, but I want to make it even better. So I want the third time you submit it to be amazing, and I'm going to need Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, etc. I'm going to need, honestly, it's kind of mostly it in the formatting issues I said. And associate arts, sales and marketing. Truthfully, you could probably put this degree, sales and marketing, but I'm on two minds about this because a lot of them want a degree, but the last degree is not as necessarily relevant, so I think it's kind of okay to put it there. But yeah, overall, even here, I've seen this is much better. So just fix those formatting errors, add a little bit more of the keywords, you're almost there. Like TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. Those are in the order they are important, is the TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. Like, you need to show that you've done that. Or print media, if you're going for print media, like newspapers, television ads. I need to know specifically, like web production, cool. Where did thou'st produce? I do not know. So that is it for this video. Thank you very much, everybody. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the bell. I think that's what they say all the cool YouTubers do, hit the bell. But yeah, thank you very much for being here, and I'll see you all on my next video. And if you're in the stream, I'm not ending. We're going to next one. So, bye.